What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Dermy Wormy, and I'm coming at you with another Doctor Who review. This week we're doing Doctor Who Boom, Doctor Goes Boom, Doctor Crybaby, Doctor Cries a Lot, Doctor I'm Not a Hero. Everybody has to save me constantly. The list can go on and on. This particular episode was honestly, it was better than the last two episodes. I could safely say that. Honestly, the last three episodes, but what I do have to say about this episode is it's a disjointed mess that honestly a lot of things don't make a whole lot of sense. And then the more you start sitting down and actually thinking about what happened in the actual episode, it just paints the Doctor as a moron, a crybaby, like legitimately a crybaby. And I'll show you guys, like this episode was just the Doctor literally crying the entire time. And in every episode we've had with Ncuti Gatwa so far, he has cried. Church on Ruby Road, he cried. When it came to Space Babies, he cried. When it came to Maestro or the Devil's Cord, whatever the heck it was last week, he cried. This episode, he cries so much. There's actually a moment where snot's running on his face. This just establishes that Ncuti Gatwa isn't the Doctor. He has no real Doctor presence. And in this one moment where he's actually supposed to have this like Doctor presence, this Doctor feel, it comes off as a catty kind of prick and not very much like the Doctor he should come off. But we'll go through it because again, there's some good moments. There is some good moments. And when we actually start going through all this, I could show it to you because we come over here, we literally start off on a battlefield because this whole episode takes place on a battlefield. And we're watching as a particular man, a man and another man are being led on the battlefield. One man's blind, the other man's fine. Blind man ends up calling his daughter, young on the battlefield as well because he's a soldier. She was allowed to come with him because he's an only father. They're having a back and forth. Things go south. Hangs up. Then they're trying to get home, and then they stumble upon what is as they're trying to get home, we cut back to the base. So Indian girl talked to white guy. Little girl walks up to Indian girl, says some stuff. White guy says some stuff. Back and forth. It's weird. Indian girl and white guy come back along with little girl. So, okay, we come back to these guys because these guys are the more important thing. You talk to them, you go through their stuff. Then they end up realizing they're on a minefield and they see a light in the distance and they're like, it's an ambulance. We need to be careful. Okay. Then as time goes on, one of the guys ends up stepping on a mine, goes blue. Ambulance comes up because they notice battle. Ambulance strikes blind guy and starts discussing with blind guy. Hey, you're injured. The only course of action now is death. As the blind guy is basically requesting, hey, stop, don't do this, don't kill me, just let me live, okay? I'll be fine. It's just a 4-week heal. And the ambulance like, nope, it's time to die. So they kill it. And then as he's dying, he screams. And I gotta be honest, the opening bit of this episode I liked. I liked the father character in this particular episode. I thought the father character is a good character, and he does come back, by the way. We actually have good dad and a story. I could give it some props for that. The rest of the story is kind of downhill though, because okay, he gets offed and everything. Then we end up jumping all the way to the TARDIS randomly on the battlefield as the guy's yelling because he's dying. Doctor opens up the door, says, "I hear somebody yelling. I need to go save them." Randomly onto the battlefield, flames everywhere. He bolts out the TARDIS, okay, to go save the dude. What is it? And this is horrible. This Ncuti Gatwa can't run. I'm not joking. He cannot run to save his life. I'm trying to find a good scene of him running to kind of show you it because it's bad. You see that's how he runs. What the heck is this? He's running like a special needs guy. He can't run. He just can't run. And we have this whole myriad of time where we're just watching him run. Watching him run randomly to go find a guy that just screamed because he needs to save him. And then he flames everywhere. Obviously, this is a battlefield. He goes down into a pit and he steps on the landmine. We knew that this was going to be the thing this entire episode, was that he steps on a landmine, but that's what he did, okay? He stepped on a literal landmine. That's where he is. Running on a battlefield. Why aren't you watching your surroundings? Why aren't you checking this out? Oh, no, I'm just stupid enough that I'm not going to do that. So, okay, we cut to the main thing. Now Ruby's walking around on the battlefield, and she's hearing a guy she's hearing the doctor singing. I don't remember what some song is. It's a sad song about soldiers. She stumbles upon him standing on the mine, and she's like, why are you singing? Oh, I'm just trying to get my zen on, my mind zen on. And he has to stand with his foot in a particular manner this entire time, because if he doesn't, the mine's gonna go boom. So he starts requesting her to stare at it, you know, try to figure out what's going on, how, you know, how is it? She comes up, starts inspecting the landmine as they're doing a back and forth. And she, you know, she describes it to him, small thin white disc, has lights around it. What color lights? Green, goes all back and forth, whatnot. She ends up, you know, he ends up asking, hey, how far away are the lights? 2 fingers. Oh, that's better than 1 finger. I gotta be honest, there's a lot of just stupidity here, and we're getting to possibly the worst part. Because overall message, I don't have a problem with, but it's the way they took to get to the overall message that I have a problem with. Because they start talking, and she's, you know, she ends up telling him that, hey, it has a V on it. Is that V for victory? No, that's V for Villengard, which is an arms manufacturing company named Villengard, spelled Villain Guard. They're the villains. Then she ends up asking him, hey, why does the mine have lights on it? Like, why is it lights? Oh, capitalism. Because of capitalism, there's a whole arms industry, and it's a much easier way to sell mines on the battlefield if they light up, if they go doo-doo-doo-doo. That's how you sell stuff, is capitalism. War happens because of capitalism. I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of wars that were started by communism, socialism, other forms of governance, monarchies, so on and so forth, other economic strategies. I'm pretty sure tons of people profit through war. It's not because of capitalism. But no, we gotta blame capitalism because it's modern frickin' day. That is the most retarded thing I've ever heard, especially come from the doctor. Doctor's been all over the universe, has seen countless wars. Capitalism is the reason wars start now? I'm pretty sure you've seen several other reasons to start wars. So he ends up telling her, hey, the guy screamed, go try to find who was screaming. And while you're doing it, can you please kindly find me like a heavy rock to try to put down so I could, you know, get out of this position that I'm in, because it's uncomfortable and I can't be standing on one leg this entire time. Okay, so she goes up, she looks around, and she doesn't see anything, but she sees a bright light. She sees the ambulance, and the doctor tells him what the ambulance is. And it gets dark because the ambulance is also designed by Villengard. Everything here is designed by Villengard. And the ambulance aren't actually designed to heal people. They're designed to, you know, cause casualties. Keep dying. The more you die, the more you pay. Keep on dying, keep on paying. That's the whole motto. Oh, God. Okay, so girl getting, you know, looked at. She finds a weird thing on the ground. Weird thing. Then walks over to the doctor, says, hey, I found this thing. It looks like an urn, you know. Tries to go back. Oh, yeah, then there's weird robots coming by to also suck up the smoke because so you don't choke to death, but you get shot. It's so weird. Like, there's parts of this I agree with on the basis of anti-war, but the reasonings are just so stupid. So, okay, oh, this is also the stupid part. I'm gonna take you back to episode 1. Well, technically episode 2, because episode 1 was Church on Ruby Road, but okay, episode 1 of this process, Space Babies, where they went to a space station, saw an alien planet, looked out at said alien planet, and was like, oh my God, this is an alien planet. This is stunning. They had the whole scene that was just like Rose looking out on the observatory level at the space station when it was her and Eccleston. Shot for shot remake. Ruby stops because she's now looking at a bunch of alien planets for the first time. Bunch of planets she's never been on before. She's seeing for the first time. You literally saw the new planets, everything back in episode 1. So she randomly stops because, oh my god, this is a new planet. This is my first time looking at alien planets. No, it's not. This is your second time at least. These people, between Space Babies and the Devil's Cord, they were together for 6 months. This is your first time? Bull crap. This is not your first time seeing this view. Like, maybe seeing this view from this planet, but why are we now stopping? Doctor's about to blow up. We're just stopping to look out at everything for the first time, for a second time, for the third time. It's stupid. So, okay, she ends up, Doctor goes like, oh, it's, beautiful, starts talking about the whole planet. You better see it at sunrise. It's beautiful. Then Ruby starts, plot actually starts progressing again. Ruby comes down, says, hey, I got this thing that looks like an urn. And the doctor goes like, oh, that's not an urn. And she stops and she goes like, tell me what you're not telling me. Okay. And the doctor informs her that that's a dead body. Yeah, it was smelted down. Somebody died and it was smelted down. Okay? Yeah. That's what that really was. So she's now like grossed out. Doctor ends up telling her, hey, just toss it to me. Toss it to my right side, left side, whatever side, whichever side. I think it's his right side that's standing on the thing. Toss it to my right side, because in order for me to put down my other foot, I need to have equal amount of weight on said device, which I don't think that's actually how that works. Just because now you're holding something doesn't mean your weight distribution's gonna be different. I'm just saying. I don't think that's quite how that works. But okay. So, he ends up telling her, just toss it to me. She ends up saying, no, I'm not going to toss it to you. I'm going to hand it to you because it's better. It's easier to do this. And they're just going back and forth. Doctor saying, no, don't do it. Ruby's slowly walking over to him. Ruby hands it to her, gets up close. And one of the reasons the doctor wanted her to toss it to him is if they screw up, she doesn't go boom. I'm going to bring this point up later on, because his whole reasoning for doing this is completely destroyed later on in the episode. So, okay. She tells him, hey, go back and sing that song again. It's a beautiful song. And so they have a back and forth about the particular song that we were saying. And I'll hand you the thing. That way we can do this perfectly on time, on sync, on rhythm. And they have this whole back and forth where he ends up going like, okay, let's dance together. And she starts snapping her finger. He sings a song. They do it right. Yay, doctor not going to go bluey. Doctor not gonna go boom. Okay, everything's good, everything's great. Well, now they just need to figure out how to stop everything. And after this, guess what? Lights start going up again. The acknowledgement that there's something on there starts going up again, and it's about to go bluey. So the doctor decides, you know what? I need to calm myself down by singing a weird poem about meeting the president's wife. Okay. And it stops just in time for him to do this. By the way, I want to point out, there's a tear. There's going to be a lot of tears because he just keeps crying. That's all he does is cry. But we'll keep moving on, shall we? So everything stops. Everything good, right? Right? Yay. So then he looks at the urn, goes like, thank you so much, and then reads the name of said urn, and oh my god, a holographic AI thing come out that looks just like the guy. Hey, it's the dad from earlier. Awesome, right? Actually, it was pretty cool because he starts explaining like everything that's happening. Starts talking about it, goes like, hey, send me back to my next kin, does it all in a robot voice. Doctor's like mesmerized by it, finds it very interesting. This is all cool. Kiss, says a bunch of stuff. This is interesting. Also learns about the military, like it's a particular order, religious order, go into war, back and forth, whatever. So then the hologram randomly goes away. And then guess who randomly appears? Little girl. The little girl from earlier appears in the middle of the battlefield. Out of nowhere, she's now here. What? How is she now here? Oh, well, she's here. And I gotta tell you, this little girl is dumb as a box of rocks. I'm staring at her. She's probably like 10 or 11, maybe 12. She acts like a 4-year-old the entire time. So she comes here, goes like, I was looking for my daddy. I heard my daddy. Do you know where my daddy is? Where's my daddy? Over and over. And they're trying to say, they can't talk to him. Goes like, oh, little girl, is it past your bedtime? Maybe you should be tucked in. She's like, where's my daddy? Where's my daddy? And they're all this. The little girl introduces herself. And then hologram appears. And she goes like, oh my God, daddy, I must run to fuck daddy, causing massive issues because then Ruby has to pull her away. She's like, no, I want my daddy, even though it's a blatant hologram. I want my daddy. Let me have my daddy. Time's starting to go up. Things are starting to freak out. Ruby puts her down because like, look at what he's standing on. If we don't stop this, he's gonna go kablooey. We all gotta go kablooey. See, another freaking tear. More tears. So she finally stops, even though she's kind of she drove the short bus. Okay, so little girl randomly there, everything stops. All of a sudden, Shooty's like, oh, it's fine. And then as time goes on, he ends up realizing, the mind starts activating, realizing that he's here, and he's like, oh no, the mine. I'm the bomb. I'm gonna go kablooey. Shouldn't you have already known that when you knew what this bomb was? You should have already known about this. Actually, no, he should have known about this because I forgot to mention this earlier. He specifically tells Ruby that he's tried to disarm one of these before at some lesbian event. I'm not joking. He said he went to a lesbian event and tried to disarm this exact model before. He failed, but he tried. So you've interacted with it before. You should know that you become the bomb. Apparently not. Apparently they're that stupid that you don't know this. Okay, so he realization that all this goes on, and guess what? Now Indian chick's here. We had little girl show up randomly. Oh, guess who shows up randomly now? Indian chick. Indian chick trains her gun on Shooty Gatwa and tells him to start telling him who they are. And guess what? Shooty Gatwa starts crying again. Crying more. It's getting bad. She won't do. She's just saying what's going on there. Give me your body, all this stuff. Come on, hurry! As she starts shooting Shooty Gatwa, she shoots him over and over again. And the doctor's like, just stop, okay? If I do this, everything's gonna go kablooey. It's gonna be bad. Tears running down his goddamn face again. Shooty starts going like, because she keeps chastising him, goes like, tell me who you are, where you're from, what's going on here, come on, talk to me. Why are you here? Are you bad guys? Saying all this stuff. I believe at this time she ends up informing him that they're in the middle of the war. They're this entire army that showed up here, the religious sect, whatever. Ruby says, I didn't think the church had armies. And he's like, oh, they always had armies. You're just in an area where it's a blip. The church is always kind of bad. Again, church is bad. Hey, Anglo-Church Christianity. Nice. Nice. So they're doing this back and forth. Then Shooty tells her, hey, your cheeks, your face is ringing. Answer it. And guess what? It's the white dude earlier saying, hey, yeah, you need to get back here. Things are getting heated. I can't keep covering for you the whole time. And they're having this like lovers squirrel back and forth. Things are getting weird. Then I don't remember exactly what happens here. It gets weird. Doctor starts talking to her, starts telling her everything. She keeps shooting the doctor. And then I believe it's at this point when he ends up he starts telling her, listen, this thing's making me the bomb, okay? I'm not human. I am a Time Lord. Scan me. If I blow up, half the planet blows up. So, okay, we're going to take a step back again. Remember when Ruby was coming up to hand him the thing? The thing, okay? The body to try to help counterbalance. He said, toss it to me. Because if you toss it to me, then you don't get hurt. But if you come up to me, you could get hurt. You should have already known what the mine is, because you said you already knew what it was. You said you already knew what it did. But okay. Now, self-immolation. You'll blow up. You'll just take half the planet with you. Shouldn't you have known that when Ruby was coming up to you? No matter what, no matter where Ruby went, half the planet would have gone bluey and you would have killed Ruby. The logic doesn't work. So, okay, she finally does it, but, because of the shooting and the combat, the ambulance knows that things are bad and starts coming up here. By the way, the ambulance has the old bint from every episode prior as the face. So ambulance comes up, starts figuring stuff out, sees that Shooty Gatwa is hurt. They end up calling for Daddy for a moment. Daddy starts talking to little girl and starts showing them pictures of their life as little girl sits down and starts looking at pictures from their life. In the middle of all this, little girl sits down and goes like, oh my God, that's when we sold the antelope. The little girl is stupid. She's mesmerized by pictures. So ambulance shoots a thing into the doctor and starts deducing whether or not it needs to, what it needs to do with the doctor and what's the doctor and everything like this. So starts kind of freaking out, going like, there's no acknowledgement of what type of being you are. You're not human. I don't know what you are. What blah 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 blah. So then Ruby gets the bright idea. It's drawn to combat. It's drawn to combat. So she takes Indian girl's gun, starts shooting it, saying, come here, ambulance. Come here, ambulance. Starts going on about that. Then, Shooty Gots was like, oh my God, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Lights are starting to go up because his adrenaline's rushing and things are getting crazy. So then Indian girl goes like, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. I have the gun set to the lowest setting. I want you to shoot me. Shoot me in my left arm, but shoot me. The ambulance will then come to me and we can save him. So Ruby gets ready to shoot her. And then white dude magically appears behind them and shoots Ruby. Where are they coming from? If this was so easy to get back to base, to get here from base, why did Dad die in the beginning? Why were they struggling to get back to base in the beginning? It's so easy to get there. Okay, Ruby's now shot, laying on the ground, kind of dying. Ambulance recognizes her, shoots her with a bunch of barbs. The white guy's like, I saw her about to shoot you. I saw her about to shoot you. I had to do it. I'm like, yeah, white dude, you're the hero here. So, okay, they put prongs in Ruby. As you can see, Shooty was crying again, and you can see the snot. You can see it all coming down because he's a bawling baby. I could give her credit. Ruby's there on the ground, and the thing starts, looking at her and starts trying to figure out, and it goes like, okay, Ruby Sunday, human, next of kin. Ruby asks, who's my next of kin? Doesn't answer. It's crazy. Then it starts snowing. Randomly starts snowing, and everybody starts going like, it doesn't snow here. It's impossible. It's never snowed here. It doesn't get that cold. And then the snow stops out of nowhere. And Shooty Gatwa looks and realizes Ruby's about to die because the snow comes from Ruby. And Shooty's freaking out. Everything's going south. All this stuff. So then he starts telling him to save her. Which I could do, but at the same time, he's crying as the thing's about to go bluey. Okay? And look! Crying again! He's just a crybaby. That's all he is. Unable to do anything, unable to actually be a hero for once. He then starts staring at everybody because they're like, what's going to happen, okay? How are you going to do this? And he starts chastising them all for having faith because white dude's honestly trying to save the day. White dude's trying to use the ambulance to save Ruby and is doing all of his work, and he just starts chastising them. Because freaking Indian girl's like, what can we do? How can we stop all this? He says, surrender. All you have to do is surrender because they belong to you. Do you get it yet? Do you get it? He actually does that. He does a, do you get it? I'm not lying. And the doctor starts telling him all like, oh, you're doing all this stuff. You guys probably appeared here randomly, shot a bunch of warning shots, acknowledging your arrival. And you've been going around fighting this whole time, have tons of casualties. He starts telling him, there's nobody here. This is a dead planet. Nobody exists here. You're shooting yourselves. You're fighting yourselves. And the only thing killing you is your own weaponry. I'm sitting here thinking, why did you come here in the first place? Nobody's here, but your weaponry's killing you. Shouldn't you have known that? Keep on dying, keep on buying, I guess. That's the motto. But the whole idea doesn't make sense because you're just killing yourselves over and over again. Shouldn't people know that there's nobody here? I get you have tons of casualties, but everybody should have figured out by now that villain guard's garbage and is just killing you. No, keep on dying, keep on buying because of capitalism. So then he tells her, you need to surrender. Well, I can't surrender. I don't have the power to surrender, and I need proof that what you're saying is real, okay? I need proof. And then he starts chastising her for having faith in something higher than herself, but still needing proof of all this stuff being the way it is, because she needs to give it to her higher ups to prove to them that, hey, we're stupid, okay? But at the same time, she needs the proof to show this to them. This is still a military action. I get it. They can have faith in something higher, but this is still a military action. She needs proof to show them that, hey, we've been led astray this entire time. So he chastises her for needing proof. So, okay, well, this is what he ends up doing. He ends up talking to AI Daddy, and this is a good moment. I like what happens here with AI Daddy. AI Daddy, good character. He starts telling AI Daddy to save your daughter. I need you to hop in the villain guard system to look through it. He goes like, that's against my protocols. I can't do that. And he starts going like, dad to dad. Okay, can you do this? Dad to dad. And I want to get to a certain scene because you can see the snot running down Shooty's face. Because he's a crybaby. And he's looking at his thing going like, dad to dad, dust to dust. We'll do everything we can to save our kids. So, okay. In that moment, AI breaks free, earns its own intelligence, looks at the daughter and says, kiss, kiss, because that's their little thing back and forth, kiss, kiss, and then hops inside the AI. The way he hops inside the hops inside the villain guard system. The way he hops inside the villain guard system is kind of stupid, because the way he's doing it, because the whole thing is the AI Daddy says, hey, I can't do this. I'm not even connected to their system. Well, and Shooty goes like, well, I'm connected to the ambulance, and you're connected to me because I'm holding your urn. That's not connected. He can't do that. There's no connection there. But magically, AI Daddy can go, a data protocol, a data system can go from being in an object. It's like my phone here, okay? My phone sitting in my hand. I want to charge it, and I can't hook it up to my PC, okay? So the way we're going to charge it is me holding it in my hand and my other hand basically touching the PC. That doesn't work! But magically it works. Daddy goes to the thing, and then Indian girl and white guy start having a heart-to-heart, and a nice little heart-to-heart, because this whole time they've had like this back and forth kind of romantic thing going on, and white dude goes like, listen, I've liked you this whole time. I've always liked you. It's awesome. Everybody knows I like you. I like you. She starts getting happy and everything, and then kablooies! He gets pushed back. She gets thrown aside. Everybody's like, oh no, because they know what just happened. Indian girl doesn't know what just happened and looks up, and white dude just got it turned into a thingy. He AI white dude now. An AI white dude says it has a message for Indian girl, in which he responds with, hey, because you're my favorite person. I've always loved you, and it's perfectly fine that you never loved me. And then Indian girl starts crying. You know what? That's actually a good moment. Like, that's the thing with this episode. There's good moments. There's good characters. There's good aspects to the story, but it's bogged down by Shooty Gatwa and idiotic storytelling ideas. It doesn't work. So, okay, starts crying. Bad things are happening. They're trying to figure out how to save the day. Then they start realizing, oh my God, the AI protocol is the thing. And they're doing this whole defense protocol now. That's the problem. AI daddy is struggling in there and is trying to save the day. It ain't working. And then armies of ambulance come to surround each one of them. And then AI Daddy pops out, starts talking randomly, kind of weird. And then it gets shown that AI Daddy isn't AI Daddy, but is ambulance lady. And ambulance lady says, yeah, AI Daddy, I just deleted because he was a virus and we can't have that. So he just got released. Okay, he's gone. Bye. AI Daddy's dead. There's nothing to do. There's no way to save the day. Everybody starts crying. The doctor tells them to run away, get as far away from here as possible because the countdown's starting. Because if they can't disarm the thing in enough time as a failsafe, that's gonna go kablooey anyways. So, okay, everything's about to end. The world's about to stop. Doctor starts crying again because there's no way out. And then everything stops. Because kiss. AI Daddy's back. AI Daddy saves the day. Doctor's still crying, by the way. Like a little bitch. AI Daddy saves the day, revives Ruby, disarms the device, and is all happy. And the whole reason he is, and I like this part. AI Daddy was able to still have the same memories of his living self. Had all the same things, was angry with what the ambulance did, went in there and messed around, to shut down the entirety of a villain guard system, and then got the proof they needed. I like that. I don't know how it works exactly, but the moment they show that the AI Daddy still had some sort of self-awareness to go in there himself, shows me that there's at least something there. And I like that. I like the fact that AI Daddy was the hero. But guess what? The doctor hasn't been a hero once in any of these episodes. So again, the doctor's just a crybaby who's not even a hero, is honestly just there for the ride. And then the doctor starts running around going like, oh my God, this is awesome. This is amazing. If I could explain how I was feeling at a diary, I don't think I could. I probably could do it with drums, and starts going around pretending to play the drums. And then he stops. He goes like, all I did was send this little girl's daddy into there to find proof. And he must have been very cross because he shut down the whole system. I mean, he did. That's good. I like that, but you had no idea that that was going to happen. You had no idea that you were going to save the day. You were just along for the ride and didn't do anything really, Doctor. You stepped on a mine. Then the day's done. They're now looking out to the beauty of everything. And then the doctor goes like, yeah, it's time to go. They start leaving. Doctor then tells the little girl to, I know it's hard right now. It's sad. Your dad's dead, gone. Everything's bad. And the little girl goes like, he's not gone. He's just dead. It's perfectly fine. And the whole Faith thing. And now they're all happy with Faith, happy with all this. Doctor and Ruby start leaving. And by the way, Ruby says he probably has to get changed, implying that he's nothing more than a big baby, because he is nothing more than a big baby. Then the doctor and Ruby have this back and forth. It's kind of nice back and forth, not that bad. But they're like, oh, the little girl will probably be president of something someday, or whatever. Back and forth. They start talking about Faith and how Faith is good now, but sometimes you do need Faith. And, the doctor can't find his keys at one point to the TARDIS, but Ruby could. So Ruby unlocks the TARDIS, moves on, and then the doctor starts taking him, goes like, we all die someday. It's fine. We all die eventually, but that's how we define our lives, is when we die. We define our lives by how we died, or when we die is how we define our life, something like that. We all die, we all melt away, snow, whatnot. And then he says this line from a story that he says, some sad old man once told me what survives of us is love. And then the episode ends. Yeah. So again, all in all, there's parts of this episode that are good. We had a good dad. A good dad story is amazing, and I had a good dad in this episode. I had a particular guy that was trying to save the day. The Indian girl being back and forth with the white guy, that was actually some good scenes mixed in there. Indian girl was kind of bland, but the white guy was trying to save the day, was trying to do good, was trying to do right. Heck, He shot Ruby because he thought that she was going to shoot his partner, Indian girl. That's what a hero does. We had hero moments. The problem is it's bogged down by Shooty Gatwa being Shooty Gatwa. Uninteresting, unable to do anything, is led around by literally everybody else, has to have other people do stuff for him, so much so that when he loses the keys to the TARDIS, Ruby has to hand him her keys to the TARDIS. Everything is bogged down by this. And when it comes to Shooty Gatwa, all he does is cry. He is not a hero. He is not the Doctor. He is a catty little princess that when he doesn't get his way, he starts getting all angry and upset while crying. And when it comes to the overall message of this episode, one, for a moment there, it was chastising Christianity and chastising faith, but war is caused by capitalism. Anti-war messaging is good. I hate war. A war is disgusting. It's horrific. What happens during war is awful, but it's not capitalism that leads to war. War is something that is natural within this world, and people go to war for all sorts of different reasons. You can't blame capitalism. People profit off of war, but people have profited off of war for centuries. Before capitalism, before a lot of this stuff, people have profited off of war. Even in communism, people profit off of war. This whole story is bogged down by messaging, by stupid moments, dumb ideas. Heck, again, I could go back to the beginning. Doctor knew what the mind was, just had a because he's dealt with this exact model of mind before, this exact type of mind before, but he failed. But then he didn't realize that he would become the bomb, even though he's reacted to this mind before, but he would be the bomb and take up half the planet. But then when you go before that, he told Ruby, hey, don't get too close to me because if I go buoy, you're going to get hurt, so stay away. But this whole time, you knew that you would take out the entirety of the planet. When you start piecing that together, you realize the Doctor is dumb. Shooty Gatwa is dumb. He doesn't even know anything. This is not my Doctor. This is Shooty Gatwa. This is soy crybaby Shooty Gatwa. That's all it is. What makes this worse is there's good moments within this episode, but it's just drowned out by all the stupid that it has. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me get you guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.